what shocks Europeans about American houses? Let's react and compare.
I'm a European currently staying here in this American house, and these are little differences, sometimes major differences, that I notice. So please come on in and don't take your shoes off.
Let's go.
Okay, this is just me being weird, but I prefer these switches over the European ones. Also for the reason that it says on and off in little writings on the switch. So even if I flip it up, nothing lights up. I know I just turned something on, so I better turn it off.
Okay.
There's one more thing I love about switches in US. When I first got into this...
Hey, listen, in Europe, it's not so difficult. If you turn it up, it's on. If you turn it down, it's off. Easy as that.
house, and I flipped on this switch, I noticed the light is kind of dim. Well, there is a dimmer, so you can actually move it and make it brighter. You rarely see that in a European house.
We usually have these round thingies, right? And you can like move them from left to the right, and by that you can manipulate the dim, you know? So
household, you quite frequently see it here, and I'm used to the round button that you push and then you turn it. But in this house, there's like a little puller on the side that I didn't notice for a while. So
it's like a touch screen, literally. Wow.
I was here in the darkness.
That's interesting.
Now, unlike European beds where we use dimensions to tell you how big the bed is, in US they make it simple by calling it a queen size or a king size. But let's not talk about the width. I rather want to talk about the height, because beds in US are always quite high up, and I prefer that over the Europe.
Agree, absolutely agree. I love big beds, and high beds are very comfortable. I don't know why, I just like them, so I go with this over the European beds.
In way how we do it. To be honest, I try to make my bed in my European apartment as high as possible, but it's nowhere near as high as all the American beds.
Yeah, but American beds have these huge mattresses. Like the mattress is literally the size of the bed, I think.
Sleep on. This one is extremely soft, by the way. I don't know what's wrong with it. I mean, look at it. How can someone sleep in this?
Let me know in comment section, you prefer soft mattresses or more harder mattresses?
So almost every room I've been to in US has another room attached to it. So you walk in and you're like, oh, what's that secret room? It's usually a closet. And doesn't matter how small the apartments are, even in New York City, there are apartments where there is a door which hides a closet. I don't know if it's good or bad, it's just different. And since we're doing differences, I figured I'd mention it. Also, the doorknobs are different, but I guess that's obvious. I was thinking...
In my opinion, most of people in Europe live in flats, not in houses. And in flats, you have furniture, and we usually buy closets, and we just assemble it together and just put it somewhere in the house. And I haven't seen a lot of built-in closets, so it's way different in America than in Europe.
Should I make it like a separate section that I talk about the doorknobs? And I was like, no, it's obvious. And
wait. You want to tell me most Americans have these kind of doorknobs? That's kind of interesting. I wonder why.
In closet in most of the rooms, there's one right there, but there's usually a bathroom attached. And I love that as a European. Every bedroom has its own bathroom in.
That's nice, yeah, I love it.
There's a raccoon in the air conditioning system. We'll get to it later, but it's freaking me out. I've been in this house for a week by myself, and like there's something under the floors. Can you imagine how scary that is? And I'm the only guy in the neighborhood without a shotgun.
I'm not sure.
This is a biggie, and I can already hear you say it. American showers are stupid. You turn it on and blast into your face. I actually prefer that over the hoses. Even though this shower does have an extra hose added, most showers in US do not. There's just that faucet at the bottom, and then the shower that sprays directly into your face.
This is crazy, man. Well, maybe it's very comfortable, but I am not sure if it's more comfortable with this shower head over the hoses, because with the hoses you can like wash everything you want. With this one you have to turn around under it, And if it's like not high enough, you have to like duck under it even.
So you either get burned, or in most cases it's very cold. Believe it or not, but at my house in Europe, I have the shower set up that when you turn on the water, it first goes from the ceiling, but it's not blasting into your face. It's kind of that,
Yeah, but it's different.
Rain shower thing. I'm that guy. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the different system of the toilet, but you can probably imagine I do not want to get into details, but I'm going to talk about flushing and the amount of water you actually use in US to water down your whatever, and in Europe, because most US toilets, or actually all of them I saw, have just that one lever. In Europe, we have two buttons.
Yes,
one
mostly.
is larger and one is smaller, and you can probably figure out why. And it's pretty much on all of the toilets I know now. And I think
it's on modern toilets, yes, but on older toilets there is only one button. So there's a big difference, by the way.
that's better. There's one thing I prefer about US toilets. I just don't want to get into details, so let's leave it. They're lower. Makes sense. Have you ever thought about it?
No.
US toilets are lower, so your knees are higher. So
oh
it's
wow,
easier.
yes, this is important.
Think about
It might sound funny, but this is important for your health and for your like system to, like, you know what I mean.
This is something I wish every European household would have. Not a bed nor a light, but the light switch. That is right under the light bulb, so even if you don't know the light, you'll always be able to locate it. In Europe, it's always somewhere on the wire, and usually it's sort of hidden behind the table, or at least in cases I know.
That's
so
interesting.
Once looking for the switch, you knock things over, and like here, you can always find it. I love it. Check out the magic.
Well, but you can always put the wire whenever you want, and it's gonna be there, and nobody will touch it, you know. And you know that the wire's there. I'm gonna turn it on. Man, this dude needs to work on logistics a bit. Isn't it hard just to reach like that under every time to switch it on?
Am I just watching a YouTuber that's happy that he knows how to turn on and off a lamp? Yes, you are. So to heat a house in Europe, most likely you will have a radiator placed under a window. In it is hot water that will heat up your house or your apartment. In US, most often you'll come across these vents that will blow either hot or cold air, depending on the season. Right now it's winter, so it's blowing hot air. And in the summer, when it gets hot down here in Florida, you can use it as air conditioning. Currently, the fun fact about this ventilation system is that something's living inside of it. I've been in this house for a week, and we became...
But listen, this is fresh air coming in and probably fresh, like old air going out, as I understand. This is how it works. If yes, then it's super nice thing. I would love to have, because you don't have to open up the windows, it seems, you know, you just turn on this thing and that's it. That's really awesome.
friends over time.
Yeah, this huge ventilator fan on the roof, like on the ceiling. Man, this is crazy, man. I mean, if you turn it on, I have a feeling that the house will fly.
Right. I don't know if this is just me noticing this, but like every house I've been to in US has a ceiling fan. I don't think I've ever seen one in Europe, or like it's very rare.
No.
And usually
we don't have this.
You flip on the switch in a room and it starts the fan. So you're trying to figure out which one of these is to turn it off. Yeah, it says Hampton Bay. It doesn't say fan or light. This kind of confuses me. And there is one more thing that kind of bothers me with these ceiling fans, which I hope is apparent and obvious from this shot. Okay, so Americans watching, which one is the light, which one is the fan? The glass?
Okay, I go glass one is the light, yes, and this is the fan.
For the wood.
Okay, yes! The glass is the light. Let's go, baby.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
Oh, so there's speeds. Oh. So how do you do your laundry? 30, 40, or 60? No clue what I'm talking about? Well, you're probably not a European, but an American. Therefore, your washers don't have selection of degrees nor these crazy symbols that we have in Europe on our washers. But it's quite simple. You select the load size, small, medium, large, and then you go with temperature, warm, hot, or cold. You don't care about degrees and about, you know, all the other things that we care about. Because
we have to care about a lot of degrees, you know, clothes you are washing, because every clothes with every material has a different degrees that they need to be washed in. It's like a headache. I prefer US washing machine over a European washing machine because it's just easier.
you know, your clothes is not going to get destroyed here, but in the dryer, which is right next door. To be honest, I prefer this over the European confusing system of symbols.
Agree.
And this is great. You even have like a little manual. What's a small load, what's a medium load, and how much detergent to put in. I love it. White's hot, color's warm, dark, cold.
Easy as that, man.
Apparently you can only wash shirts. Nothing else can go into this place. Close lid, push start. I love it. This is a dryer, and yes, if I was 11, I'd be shocked. And yes, when I was 11, most households did not have dryers in Europe. Now we have them, so all our clothes is shrunk. But this is absolutely normal in every US household, not just to have a washer and a dryer, but usually to have like a separated space for them. In Europe, it's quite often that you'll have your washer wherever it fits. Most of the times it's in the bathroom, and I know households where it's in the kitchen.
But you see, the main difference is that in Europe, most of people live in the flats, as I said before, and in the flats we don't have so much space to fit a dryer and a washing machine. So they had to adapt and create a two-in-one system.
But God, these electric guzzling machines, clothes
this is crazy.
Destroying,
it looks like a spaceship.
Evil creations. Hate it. Oh, and I also love the top-loading washers. Love it. Okay, this may be a weird one, but we don't have many of these at our households in Europe, and I love these. It's like a toaster slash oven. So you can toast your bread, you can make a pizza in it, you can put a bagel in it, whatever. I love it. Much better than a regular toaster or a microwave.
Interesting.
And I like how this is quite honest. So you don't really set a temperature or a time. You just tell it, oh, I'm putting in 4 loaves of bread or 4 slices of bread. So figure out the time and the temperature. Yeah, US is simple in many ways. Man, I just love it when...
Man, that's interesting. Wow, you don't have to think. The machine thinks for you.
There's a window to the garden or to the yard from the kitchen. Well, you can have that in Europe and in US, but in US, it's much easier to open the window. I mean, look here, there's stuff on the window, but you can still open it because the window slides up. Unlike in Europe, where it opens to the inside.
It's a headache. I agree with this dude. It's a headache to open up the windows, man, especially if something is in front of the window.
It has other different features in Europe, but I like this better. Fridges in general in US are much bigger than in Europe, and this is not even a big one. In Europe, it's quite normal to have a small fridge under your counter. I mean...
Okay, let me know why the fridges in America are so big, because this fridge is like huge. Literally, it's bigger than 3 me's, bigger than my car probably. And I have a universal car, big Opel Insignia, you know.
Nobody has that much food, right? I'm living here alone. So those were the things I could find in an American house that always surprise me or I find different compared to a European house. Let me know what differences you see, because I'm sure you've been abroad to different houses and maybe the things that I notice are just normal and I'm a weirdo, but maybe I missed a few things. So
yeah, these huge drawers. Oh my God, it's called drawers or closets. These are shockingly big. I don't know how much clothes you need to have if you live alone. Okay, I understand if you live with a family. Okay, no problem. But if you live alone, man, this space you can literally create a gym there and put your clothes. One day I'm gonna film you guys my flat, how I live and how I fit my clothes. It's gonna be cultural shock for you, I'm telling you.
Let me know in the comments. I'm more than curious. And if you're an American, I absolutely love when Americans watch these videos and they react to them. So maybe you can do that and tell me what you think about it. So that's it from an American house, from a European's point of view.
By the way, I made a reaction about houses in America, my honest cultural shock about how Americans live. You can check it out somewhere here. Yeah, like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. See you in next reaction videos. Bye.